Okay, here we are. Welcome back to another Hung Golf video. Some of you guys might be wondering, how can I play college golf? How do I email coaches? How do I go play? How do I get recruited? This and that. You guys know the deal. So the goal in this video is for me to teach you guys how to play college golf. First off, obviously, you guys are probably thinking, who is this guy, this random guy that's trying to tell me how to play college golf? A little bit about myself. I played 2 years of JUCO golf before coming to Division I golf. 2 years at Dodge City Community College. When I was in JUCO, we played JUCO tournaments, we played Division II tournaments, we played NAIA tournaments, we played in a couple Division I tournaments. So I've been all around every single, division and what those tournaments kind of look like. After 2 years of JUCO, I was ranked, I think, around, I want to say number 41 in the nation, which, thinking about it, it really wasn't that good at that point in time, but, whatever. I was lucky enough to get in contact with Coach Brown at Southern Illinois Edwardsville, and that's where I'm at now. It's my 4th year. It was supposed to be my last year of golf, but due to the new changes and rules, which we'll discuss later, I am getting another year of eligibility for NCAA golf. I'm not sure if I'm going to take it yet or where I'm going to go, but we'll discuss that later on. So, yeah, that's a little bit about me. Now let's really get into this. We're going to talk about 5 key things. Number 1, building your foundation. Number 2, getting recruited. Number 3, managing your time, which is very important. Number 4, how qualifying in tournaments work. And number 5, the new JUCO ruling and roster limits for the NCAA and how the rosters are going to be limited. So I'll put those up on the screen for you guys. Number 1, the number 1 most important for your foundation is playing in tournaments. And I mean junior tournaments, state tournaments, and if you start playing really good in those, then I suggest going to AJGA tournaments, which are nationally ranked, the best players in the country. You're getting recruited. A lot of Division I coaches, Division II coaches out there watching every tournament. Get reps in. Get your tournament reps in. And then I would say play in U.S. Junior Amateur qualifiers, U.S. Amateur qualifiers, and state amateur tournaments are very, very competitive, and coaches look at those too, so those are very important. And then on top of that, short game. Your short game is the most important thing in your golf game. I know kids that like to sit on the range and hit balls for hours and hours, and you get nothing out of that. You need to spend 90% of that time literally putting, chipping. That's all you need. That's where your shots are saved. A kid with a good short game on a bad ball striking day will literally not shoot above, 73, 74. Kid with horrible short game has a bad ball striking day, 80. That's not what coaches want. That's not what you want. That's not what I want. So practice with a purpose. Now, on to number 2. How do you get recruited? Right? I had a lot of people ask, how do I get recruited? How do I make an email? Who do I send my emails to? How do I find the right school? So number 1, make your resume. Okay, I'm going to put a link below to an example college golfer resume. So go check that out if you're interested. But you need to have all your tournament scores, swing videos, academics, your GPA, SAT, ACT score, everything on there. Don't lie about your scores or your GPA, stuff like that. And you're sending one to each school, so make them specific. Make them specific to each school you want to go to. Like, don't just send the same email to 100 different schools. Like, I had a talk with my coach about that today. He doesn't even open emails that players send that are obviously just a copy paste. Like, you got to make them personal. Tell the coach why you want to go there. Make sure they know you are interested. Okay, let's talk a little bit about division levels. Obviously, you have NCAA, okay, D1, 2, and 3. Division I being the most competitive, duh. And then you have 2 other divisions, NAIA and JUCO. I went JUCO. There's 2 divisions when you go to JUCO. You have D1, D2. I played at D1. It was overall a good experience. But like I said, I've played in these D2 tournaments. I've played in these NAIA tournaments. play in Division I tournaments, so I've been around. Obviously, JUCO is a good spot to go because you can work your way up. Like if you don't have any D1 interest and you're like, oh, I want to go D1, I want to go D1. Go to a JUCO, work on your game for 2 years, maybe even 1, and then get out. All right? There's good golfers everywhere. As long as you can learn to win at the collegiate level, anywhere you go, you can make it further than just college golf, okay? Now, the next thing I'm going to say is go to a place that fits you and you think you're going to play there. Don't just go to the best school, the best option you have, and then you just sit bench for 4 years and waste your time. You need to go somewhere where you can show up, get your reps in, get your playing time, make the travel team, help your team win tournaments, ideally, right? So it doesn't matter if it's D1, 2, 3, NAIA, or JUCO. Here's an example of 3 current PGA Tour players that played at Division II. First, we have Vincent Norman, who played at Georgia Southwestern before transferring to Florida State. Next, we have Alistair Doherty, who was a standout golfer at Chico State, All-American, plays on the Korn Ferry Tour.
And just make
There we go.
And lastly, we have Adam Spenson, who played at Barry University,
62 is
Division
just,
II.
yeah, good putt.
Obviously, in college, you have a lot of classes to do, you have a lot of schoolwork to do. You're going to have team workouts, you got to accept that, and you're going to have practice almost every day when you're in season, which is obviously fall and spring. What I like to do is set a daily schedule and plan my day around that. So I usually have, workouts at 8, get home, make breakfast, okay, do some schoolwork, go to class. You're going to have class from probably 10 to 1, right? And then the rest of the day's practice. You're going to get there at 1:30. You're going to be there till 5. And then you're going to go home. You're probably going to do some more schoolwork, and you probably have an hour or 2 today to just hang out, okay? You're going to have to manage your time, keep your grades up. Grades are very important. I was also going to say that most NCAA schools do require you to have a specific ACT or SAT score. So make sure you check with the school you want to go to make sure you can get in. Because the worst thing that could happen is you sign with the school and you're like, oh, I have a ACT score, I can't even get in. So don't do that. Do your research. Okay, number 4. How do qualifying and tournaments work in college, right? A lot of people ask, how do you go to a tournament? How many people play in a tournament? So each team, counting for the team, is going to have 5 players, okay? 4 scores per round from that 5 count, okay? So there's always going to be one guy that score that doesn't count, unless the 4th and 5th tie, but whatever. And then some teams will take individuals, so my coach will usually take 6 or 7 to tournaments, and then those guys will just go play with other individuals, so their score doesn't matter for the team score. But golf's an individual sport, so if you play an individual, dude, just go shoot as low as you can. That's all you can do. So how tournaments work, you're usually on the road. We fly a lot. At JUCO, we used to drive a lot, 6-7 hours to tournaments. You're gonna get up on Sunday morning. You're gonna drive out to the course wherever you're going, play a practice round, 18 holes. Every tournament has a practice round. Right after that, you're going to go back, eat. You want to get in bed as early as possible because on Monday you're going to have to play 2 rounds, 36 holes in one day. You're getting up at 6 a.m., getting to the course when it's barely light out, and you're finishing in the dark. Sometimes we don't even finish the 36-hole days, okay? And then the next day, you want to get sleep that night again, as much as you can, and you're going to get up at 6 the next day, that Tuesday, okay? Same thing again, just 18 holes, get it over with, finish up, drive back home. So it's a grind, and you got to keep your together. Stay organized, stay hydrated, and pack snacks in your golf bag. That's the only way to succeed. You cannot be tired on the course. I found it to be a horrible negative influence on golf. Now we're going to talk about the final point that I'm going to make here, which is new rules within the NCAA, okay? So, if you guys don't know who Diego Pavia is, he's the quarterback at Vanderbilt. He played 2 years at New Mexico Military Institute, okay, and he wanted extra eligibility. So took it to court, won the court case, so therefore he gets another year. Therefore I get another year because I was in the same situation. Therefore everybody in the country gets another year. So you have a lot of seniors in NCAA golf that are returning. And then there's more on top of that. The NCAA is now limiting roster spots across the country for Division I schools because they want to share revenue they make with their athletes. So schools can either opt in or opt out. For golf, it's going to be 9 players limit. There's a lot of schools in the country that have 13, 14, 12 guys. And where are those guys going to go? I think it'd be smart to go mid-major, but those are going to be full too if those schools opt in. So what's your only option? Division II golf. This is why I think Division II golf is going to be on the rise from what it is now. It's going to become 10 times better than what it is. So don't count that out. There's plenty of players that have gone on to Korn Ferry and PGA Tour that played Division II golf and were absolutely dominant in that division. So don't count that out. I'm going to restate the number one point from this video. I asked my coach this morning, what do you think is the number one recommendation for a high school kid that wants to play college golf? And he said, make your email specific and personal. And you cannot send a copy of the same email to 50 different coaches and expect them to want you to be a part of their program. And it does not show that you're interested. You got to send something about why you like the school and why you think you'd be a good fit. Resumes down below. Also like and subscribe to the channel for more content. I'm going to be posting videos for every single college tournament that I play this spring and potentially next fall and next spring and over the summer, so those are going to be sweet. Yeah, let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. Please ask as many questions as possible. I'll be there to answer anything about recruiting or playing or whatever, man.